Good morning everyone. Well, last night I had this little problem. Felt like the car was misfiring, but I thought it was because of the fuel was running out. Because I'd said before that when the fuel gets low in this car, it starts spluttering. It started off with a splutter just when the gauge got down to around about quarter. Now, I've been thinking about this for a little while, and the last time it started to do it, I put a couple of 3 litres in the tank and I put a 5 litre can of fuel in the boot. And my plan was to run it and see what happened. And also I wanted to run the tank low, because when I get a chance I need to have a look, because I think the tank is leaking somewhere. Looks fairly rusty, and I just haven't had time yet to get the back of the car up and have a good old look at it. Whether I can just get away with a little bit of tank seal, whether I need a new tank or another tank, blah de blah de blah. Anyway, I weren't too worried about that, because I thought if I keep it low on fuel, that'll be okay. Anyway, like I said, it started spluttering yesterday and it started getting worse. I did look into the fuel filter, as you'll see if you watched the last video, and there didn't seem a lot of fuel in, so I thought, although it feels like a misfire, I still think maybe that's the fuel. Anyway, just where I'm now coming up to, George is getting really bad, so I pulled over, had a fiddle. Decided to stick the 5 litre of fuel back into the tank, thinking that'll cure it. But it didn't. Immediately, well, it basically kept the same. That was misfiring like hell. So I then knew it was to do with the electrical. Maybe a plug lead, cap, rotor arm, coil, blah de blah de blah. I think the culprit usually is either a plug or ignition lead, or an HT lead, high tension lead. Anyway, had a little fiddle with it when I got back. Just checked that the fuel was definitely getting into the carburetor. The pump was working fine, so I ruled out it was definitely electrical. And as you can see, that's absolutely fine this morning. What I did, I took the cap off, wiped out inside the cap, I wiped all around the cap. There was bits of oil on it, because sometimes oil can conduct a spark. Anyway, I also took the plug caps off, wiped the leads, and I've moved them in different directions away from metal and stuff. Give it another test drive, and that's fine. So I know, ruled out, it's not the plugs, it's not anything to do with the coil. I think it's the plug leads or the distributor cap. More likely to be the plug leads. So, before I just go and order some new plug leads, I want to do a bit more investigation. Sometimes when you have a problem with the sparks, if you open your bonnet when it's dark, fire your engine up, and you move your leads about, you can sometimes see where the spark is escaping, either at the distributor, the plug cap, or the leads. But obviously, because it's summertime, it don't get dark till very, very late. And I've been busy, blah blah blah, I ain't had time to do that. But with moving them leads, today it's working fine. So it makes me think it's probably enough lead. So we'll see how we get on for the next day or so. Or if I get time today, I'll see if I can get George into the garage where it's dark. And I'll move the leads about with him running. Just see if we can get it to short out anything. So, like I say, this morning's drive to work, absolutely fine. Very strange. But it's dry today. Yesterday morning it was really, really damp. So, if there is a problem with the leads or even with the cat, when it gets a bit damp, that'll help conduct and short it out. So, still to be investigated. Yeah, I could just go and buy a new cap and new leads, chuck it on and forget about it. Maybe. But I want to find out exactly what's happening here. And I've got a feeling it's just going to be one of them leads. Anyway, I'm at work again, so I'll pick this video up a little later. Maybe we'll find out what's going on. So, catch you in a bit. Right then, so I'm now on my way back home. As you know, when I rode here, everything was fine. I'm going to see if I can get George into the garage. It's nice and dark. And we'll have a look and see if we can find out where this is short out. Quite warm today. I've just been to work doing a bit of painting this morning. That's just too hot, I'm telling you. But never mind, I'll finish that. Yeah, what I was meant to have been doing when I got a chance was having a look under the back. I was going to get him up on the wheel ramps, have a look where this fuel tank might be leaking, and just generally have a look around whether anything needs doing. Maybe grease up the handbrake cable on the rear and get the wheels off and adjust the brakes. But it just depends on how much time I had. But as you know, I had this other problem come up yesterday. I was actually doing a test to see how low the fuel went before it ran out, but the car was completely empty when I brought it. And I put extra fuel in and no muck and that came through, so I'm guessing the tank isn't too bad inside. So things change when things go wrong, but like I say, George is running perfect today. There's definitely a problem where there's a short somewhere, and hopefully within the next few minutes I might be able to find it. We will see. You alright, Gemini? Having a nice sleep? really good at riding in this car. Sometimes stand up until she wobbles. Then she start realising it's best to lay down. Just lately she's always just gone to sleep. But that's probably this heat. That is quite warm. Got the windows open. You can probably hear a little bit of wind sound from this window on that camera. Rightio, so I'm nearly back to mine. I'm going to get a cup of tea. Gemini some water, go over in the garden a little bit, and then I'll see if I can find out what's going on. You can see I've just drove George into my garage. I'll get the bonnet open and we'll have a look underneath, fire it up and just see if we can see anything sorting out. Might not be dark enough, but we will see. Obviously I'm in the garage now and got the bonnet open. I have got the light on, so let's see how dark it'll be. Well, it might be alright, it's quite dark. Could shut the door down a little bit, as long as I've got the exhaust fumes going outside. We'll see what's going on here. I don't even know if you can see anything. Leave that on for a second. Right, got some gloves on, it might stop me from getting a shock. We'll fire it up now and move the cables about and just see if we can see if anything is shorting out. Right then. Well, I'll just open the window a bit more. Right. There we go. Right, the ignition is on. Nice and dark under here. See if we can fire it up. Well, as we know, everything's alright in a minute. There's been no misfiring. I've moved everything round and cleaned the distributor cap, and everything seems fine at the minute. I wouldn't have thought that would have been the one from the coil, as I think that would have been far worse. Well, as it happens, I can't find anything shorting out at this moment in time. I'll have a little bit more of an investigation. I'm moving all those leads round for a little while now. I can't find anything shorting out. As we also know, it's got electronic ignition, old aqua spark. Just cleaned the rotor up. It's a little bit burnt on that back corner there. Obviously, I swear that always fires on, but nothing really to worry about. But I have given it a bit of a clean. I'll have a quick look in the distributor cap, but to be honest, it looks perfectly fine to me. So I think what I might have to do is continue with it now it's running alright, and just see if it happens again. It's very, very strange, but it might have just been, like I said, because that was damp. It might be the cap, but we'll soon find out next time it's damp. I've had a look inside the cap. everything looks good in there. The little pin, the little carbon pin there is fine. Terminals are all good. I'm going to spray it with a bit more WD and have a clean out in there, clean around the edge. I'll put it back and we'll see how we go, and just have to wait for it to play up again just to find out what's going on here. It's one of them mystery ones. Well, at the minute it's one of those, if it's not broke you can't fix it, and that's exactly what it is at the minute. It's not playing up. I'll continue to run George and see what happens. You just never know, do you? If he start playing up again I might be able to pinpoint what it is. Might even just be a duff plug kicking in, kicking out, so when I got more time I'll have another investigation, but at this moment in time he's running fine. I'm now going to go for another little drive, so we'll drive it and we'll see how we get on. Well, this is interesting, guys. I couldn't find anything wrong, as you know, so I decided to leave it until I can spend more time to see what's going on. Just got to here and George decided to stop and not restart, but luckily I've just found the reason why. Look, loose on the coil, and I've got a feeling that could have been the problem. So I'm just going to tighten that up and see how we get on from here. Strange though that was like the way it's been. Got some grips, I ain't got many tools with me to be honest. Just see if I can nip that up a little. Just enough. Tell you what, got 2 or 3 turns on that bugger. Check the other side. You know, if I can half a turn on that. Right. There's the way. It's sounding alright, so we'll see what happens next. Joys, eh? Old cars. I didn't have my other camera on when I got to here, so we didn't see me actually break down. But hopefully that's been the problem all along. We will soon find out. We'll see what's next. Just put the spanner away and we'll go for it. Well, this was strange, guys. I didn't have the camera on a minute ago. I actually broke down here. Found a loose connection on the coil. Gemini, lay down. So maybe that was the problem all along. I'm a bit weird that I didn't have my camera on. I just thought I ain't going to do any more today, I'll leave that. Got a bit oily now, good job I've got old gear on. I ain't got many tools with me, but just going to prove most of the time you break down. I just stopped dead. Kept turning it over, fired now and again for about a second. Then I twiddled that fitting connection on the coil with my fingers. I also noticed this ignition light had gone out. So hopefully that could have been the whole problem all along, a loose connection. We'll find out if George plays up any more now. So we'll continue on the journey. Oh, it's warm again. I've literally spent 15 minutes having a look around at the plug leads, the cap, the HT, the coil. I didn't really touch the connections, so maybe that's what the problem's been all along, been a bit loose. Maybe when I sprayed a bit of WD on, that's made the connection okay, and then when it's dried out, it's played up again. Who knows? But he's running now. We'll see how he actually drives when I get moving from this traffic light. Yeah, more traffic lights. Put freeway traffic lights now on this road, which seem to be taking forever. Actually broke down in this queue, but George is nice and light. I just pushed him to the side when the lights changed and waved the guys on. No one come to ask if I needed a hand this time. But hey ho, looks like it might be Sean or Becky coming along here. So Becky, here we go. God, I'm wondering if that was out all the time. But no, everything's going to be good. I'm hoping so, because to be honest, the HT leads didn't look anything wrong with them. I know you can't tell if you've got a brake inside, but I checked inside that rotary cap, couldn't find any cracks. Give it a clean out, he'd know it was okay. I give the rotary arm a bit of a clean, but to be honest, that's been burning a little bit, but nothing I've seen far worse than that. Car still runs. It's not pulling back at all now, look. Tell you what, I've got a feeling that's what the problem has been. But we'll see now. I'll continue to run George and I'll try and keep the camera on. I won't put every video up, but if anything happens, then that'll be on there this time. Just on that one where it broke down, I'd already thought, well, I'll leave this and have a look at it later. If I'd have spent a little bit more time, I probably would have found, well, even if I didn't find it, I'd have took them off, cleaned up them terminals and put them back on. But like I say, I ain't really got the time this morning. I've got to be somewhere. I've got to get back. I've got to go somewhere, I've got to get back, get changed and go somewhere else. So I saw a bit of a fitting things in. But I really am now thinking, could have been that all along. But we'll soon find out if we have another adventure of George playing up or breaking down. Sometimes you do need the car to actually break down so you can pinpoint what's wrong. When you get an intermittent problem like that one, and then it goes again, you're not sure what you did to fix it. Like I said the other night, I stopped just here. I thought that was the petrol. Although I did think, well, it seemed like it was misfiring to me or whatever. I didn't get any better with the petrol in, so I knew straight away possibly weren't that. I got the air out of the line just in case. And then I did say it's got to be, it's definitely misfired, it's got to be electrical. I moved my plug leads around. seems to run alright for a little while. But it seems alright in a minute. But like I say, all I can do now is just keep driving him and we'll see how we get on. Right, I'm almost to where I want to be now. So I'm going to leave this video here. Hopefully it's the end of that problem. Until the next one. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll catch you all in the next one. Bye for now.